Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
To control the clarity, brightness, and contrast of a selected picture in PowerPoint, click the Picture category icon in the Format Picture task pane to display the picture corrections, picture color, picture transparency, and crop category groupings. To apply custom picture correction settings to a selected picture, click the Picture Corrections category grouping to expand it if needed. In the Sharpen Soften section, to select a desired picture clarity, use the Presets dropdown. Alternatively, to manually set the picture sharpness, use the adjacent sharpness slider or simply enter a percentage into the adjacent spinner box. In the Brightness Contrast section, to select a desired brightness and contrast preset for a selected picture, use the Presets dropdown. Alternatively, to set custom brightness and contrast amounts for a selected picture, use the brightness and contrast sliders or enter a percentage into the adjacent spinner boxes. If needed, to reset changes made to a selected picture, click the Reset button. To apply custom picture color settings to a selected picture, click the Picture Color category grouping to expand it if needed. In the Color Saturation section, to select a preset color saturation, use the Presets dropdown. Alternatively, to set a custom color saturation percentage, use the Saturation slider or directly enter a value into its spinner box. In the Color Tone section, to select a preset color tone to apply, use the Presets dropdown. Alternatively, to select a custom temperature value, use the adjacent temperature slider or enter a value into its spinner box. In the Recolor section, to select a color to apply to the picture, use the Presets dropdown. If needed, to reset changes made to the selected picture, click the Reset button. To change the picture transparency settings of a selected picture, click the Picture Transparency category grouping to expand it if needed. To select a preset picture transparency, select one from the Presets dropdown. Alternatively, to apply a custom picture transparency, use the adjacent transparency slider or directly enter a value into the adjacent spinner box. To apply custom cropping settings to a selected picture, click the Crop category grouping to expand it if needed. Under the Picture Position section, you can enter the width and height measured in inches into the spinner boxes of the same names. Doing this grows or shrinks the picture within the bounds of the original picture size. The picture's edges or border do not change. You can also input the amount in inches by which to offset the picture by typing those values into the Offset X and Offset Y spinner boxes. The picture then moves in the direction you set within the original picture size. Again, the picture's border or edges do not change. Under the Crop Position section, enter the cropping measurements by entering values into the width, height, left, and top spinner boxes. The settings in this section shrink, expand, or move the outside edges of the picture depending on the values you enter into the spinner boxes or which spinner buttons you use. The Width spinner box expands or shrinks the long edge of the selected picture, which is the right edge for landscape orientation pictures, and most often the bottom edge of a portrait orientation picture. The Height spinner box expands or shrinks the short edge of the selected picture, which is the bottom for landscape orientation pictures, or most often the right edge of a portrait orientation picture. The Left spinner box slides the whole picture border left or right, not just its left edge. The Top spinner box expands or shrinks the top edge of the selected picture.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.